In today's video, we're going to be reviewing a concealer from Makeup Forever that they recently launched. It's called Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin 24-Hour Full Coverage Concealer. On their website, it talks about how it's supposed to be creaseless proof, it's supposed to be transfer proof, waterproof, sweat proof, it's supposed to be having matte finish, but still really a natural, buildable concealer as well because it's full coverage. So I'm really excited to try this out, you guys, because you know me, I'm looking always for something that's going to be medium to full coverage, that's going to cover the hyperpigmentation on the top of my cheekbones, and that's also not going to crease under the eye area. That's where usually the concealer kind of builds up, and I always have to like blend it out throughout the day. So I'm really excited to see, you know, how this wears throughout the next few hours, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's review. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this one, and let's get started in today's video. The shade that I purchased is number 2.2. Let me go ahead and swatch it really quickly so you guys can see how the consistency is. It's a little bit drying when you apply it on, but it is still creamy at the same time, so I hope you can see that. It is a little bit too fair, I feel, but it does have a yellow undertone that I feel like it's going to work when I apply it on, so I'm hoping for the best. And here is the packaging in case you guys want to see an up close of it. It's really simple. Nothing, you know, crazy about it, but I do love that you can see the color that you're purchasing through the packaging, so that makes it really convenient, especially once we're able to go inside the store and you can kind of see it for yourself. That will be really, really helpful. So how I personally like to conceal, you guys, if you've watched my foundation routine, you will know how I personally like to, you know, set my foundation and my concealer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and apply the concealer how I typically apply it, and then blend everything out. So far it kind of does have like a chalky, thick, drying consistency. So far I'm kind of nervous that I'm gonna have issues blending this out if I don't move quickly. Just because this is a full coverage concealer, but the consistency is a little bit different than I'm used to. So that is the only thing I'm worried about. But I already have my Damp Beauty blender, so I can go in and blend everything out really quickly. Finished blending out the concealer on my face. I will say so far the finish is pretty matte, but I'm pretty sure as I, you know, the wear throughout the day, it will get a little bit more, you know, it will settle. It won't be as mattifying as it is right now. I don't feel it's enhanced any of the creases under the eyes or in my face. It does feel pretty matte, but it's not to the point that I feel like it sucked out the moisture and making my skin look older than what it is. It has a pretty finish. It is full coverage, you guys, and I'm really excited to see, you know, how it wears throughout the next few hours. Let me give you an up close look on how my skin is looking so far and how it blended out, so you can have an idea. I know that this concealer is too fair for me, but I have all the confidence in the world that I can make it work for today. I obviously purchased this online, so I didn't know which shade to pick, but I feel like I can make it work. So you guys, keep in mind this is supposed to be a 24-hour long-wearing concealer. It's supposed to be waterproof, sweat-proof. It's supposed to be creaseless proof. So we're just going to see if it settles into the fine lines under my eyes. That's usually where concealer kind of builds up right there. And we're just going to see, you know, since I have combination oily skin, you know, how does it hold up throughout the day? Does it start separating? Is it going to get really oily? We don't know, so we'll find that out. I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup off camera, you guys. In a few hours I will check up with you and give you an update. It is currently 2:19, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, you guys, let me check the time so you can see. It is 5:14. I've already worn it for a few hours, filmed about 3 videos, and here I am. Keep in mind that I do have, you know, lights in front of me, so it does get really warm in here when I am filming, so I do feel like my makeup oxidizes and kind of wears out really quickly. So I feel like I get a really good general idea of what works and what doesn't, at least for my skin. So here we go, you guys. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see how my makeup has been so far on the areas where I applied the concealer. And to be really honest, I feel like it's worn out really well. I do feel it's slightly too light for me, especially right now. I'm pretty tan, you guys can't see it, but I went to the beach yesterday and I'm red all over the place, so that's why I'm wearing, like, covering as much of the space as possible when filming. But I do feel like the concealer is a little bit too light, but since it does have a yellow undertone to it, it works really well. I made it work for me. But I really do love how matte it is, I feel like by the time I do start getting really oily, this will look as bad. Like, does that make sense? Like, by the time I get really oily, this will look like a natural finish. Then in the beginning, when it looks really mattifying, I feel like it hasn't settled in any fine lines whatsoever, especially my laugh lines. You guys know I'm very, very expressive. So, you know, I'm always moving my eyes and smiling and my chin and everything, especially my eyes. I don't feel like it's settled in any of the creases whatsoever under my eyes, and I hope you can see that at all. So if it's creaseless, yes, you guys, it is definitely creaseless. And if maybe it's not as creaseless, definitely an improvement from other concealers that I use. One of my favorite concealers is the e.l.f. Camo 16 Hour, I think, concealer. And that one definitely does crease around the eyes. And that's something that I just kind of deal with because I really love the undertones to that concealer, and I just feel like it looks really nice that I just kind of like, you know, blend it out every few hours if I see it like clumping up. But this one is a big difference. I really like it. I do love the matte finish. I feel like at first it's a little bit too matte, that I was a little bit worried, and especially the creamy consistency applying it on, it feels really dry. So I was worried that, you know, if I don't move really quickly, you know, it's gonna get really messy really fast. Keep in mind that my beauty blender, it was lightly dampened, so maybe that helped as well with blending out my concealer. So keep that in mind in case you do not, you know, lightly dampen your beauty blender. You might want to start doing that, especially if you're going to be using a concealer like this one, because it does have a dry consistency to it. As for sweat-proof, waterproof, all that kind of stuff, I do feel like I haven't had to retouch any of my makeup whatsoever when filming, so I feel like that is really convenient. I really love that. I feel like if it hasn't done it, you know, mattified or separated or anything like that, I feel like it will last me a really long time. And this is perfect when I'm going to work, you know, when I'm not going to be home for a while and I just, you know, want to do my makeup and just have it done and not worry about, you know, if it's separating and looking crazy after a few hours. So I personally really love this concealer. I feel like for $27 it is totally worth it. I love the idea that there's 22 different shades. I'm hoping that I can, you know, return this one and find another shade that's more complementary to my skin complexion, especially now that I'm in the summertime, that, you know, I'm going to be a little bit more tan than I typically am. So I really love that. I do love the natural finish too, and I love that it's full coverage. You guys know I have hyperpigmentation on the top of my cheekbone, so finding something that is full coverage but still has a nice light natural finish and doesn't feel heavy and look cakey is very, very important for me. That is the best investment. I don't want to feel like I have to continuously apply, you know, so many layers of makeup and look like, you know, like a cake face. So, you know, that is just my personal preference, and that's what I personally like. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's review. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please comment down below and ask away. I will do my best to answer any of them for you. And as always, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And I will see you guys all in my next video. I love you guys so much.